Alright, this is attempt number 2 of this video. So, today I'm playing on Scissor, which is JMauler's new map that he built in custom maps. It's the first map anyone's really made that's like proper and competitive. He's even designed a little picture for it, which is very cool. So I'm just gonna, I've got a bunch of AI, I guess. We don't want you dying, so yeah, cool. Alright. So yeah, I'm just gonna play it, get my thoughts on it. If there's anything I don't like or anything I think could be improved, I'll kind of explain that, and I'll probably just talk about like this like custom map beta as well, because it's very cool and there's a lot that can be done with it. So yeah, number one, the ability to skip all those animations at the start of the game. Oh look, the divides here. I just did a video and the divides weren't in the lasers, but they are meant to be, so that's cool. So yeah, the map starts off, it's basically the map is like these like horizontal lasers that just kind of go around, and then there's these diagonal lasers that scissor you, which is why it's called scissors. Which, yeah, is cool. I like the start. It like builds up. You know, you got like your drainer, your charge in there. You know, it seems fairly consistent. There's no like gaps or like pointless stuff. Then the escalate, which is really cool. I like how he's done this. So it doesn't like span the whole map, and it just makes like this box, which you would have been able to see a lot better if that AI didn't die there. But it makes like this box, which it doesn't actually crush you in the middle, but it can trap you in the middle, which is essentially just sets you up for like dying to a smash, dying to a snipe, dying to a shock, like. So it's really cool. So hopefully we can see that a little bit better in a second. But yeah, I mean, like so far it flows really well. Like it feels like a normal map. Like the resets come in together. You know, the drain and the charge are cool. You know, they're not like hugely important like power-ups, but they're, you know, stuff that can turn the tide at the start. So here's this box you can see from the escalate. It's 4 lasers, and they come. Please get this revive AI. Oh, I died. Hopefully he does. But yeah, basically they like collapse in and out. But you saw that they don't like make the actual box. Like they don't trap you. They trap you, but they don't kill you here if you just stand in the middle. So it's not like crazy OP. And then there's also the reset which comes in, which we didn't really get to see there, but there's a reset that comes in which actually resets the escalate as well, which brings in some like mind games and like stuff to think about when you're like picking it up, because you're like, well, if I pick this up, there's a reset, so you might want to wait, you might, you know, whatever. And if you don't pick it up, the other team gets it. There's still a chance for you to sort of salvage the the situation, I guess. So there's another escalate here. I don't know if this one also has a reset, but there we can see the box that like closes in. There is a reset, and you can see it resets the escalate, and then you can just pick it back up. So the escalate can actually become, obviously you can steal escalates before, but now the escalate you can just reset it, and like 2 teams can be fighting over those nodes, which is really cool. So at this point, these diagonal ones, some of them get long, some of them don't, I guess, which is cool, because it means the pressure, like, there's not immediate pressure, whereas if all of them just suddenly became long, it'd be quite a big step up and make it a lot harder to survive very quickly. But I like that some of them are still smaller, so you kind of have a break, a bit of breather. But these ones are all long now. And I guess combining like these with the escalate when they're long, because like you can wall wrap out of them fairly easily when they're like even the long diagonals. But once the escalate comes in and kind of like covers some of the walls and stuff, it makes it very interesting. So I very much like it. So far, I don't really think there's anything I don't like, to be honest. I'm not gonna try and kill anyone, but I'm trying to actually just get some snipes off and kind of see how it feels. Like, see if I can actually aim, like, you know, just like move through the walls freely, and like see if it feels just like nice to run around in. But it does at the moment. I really like the divides in the middle of these. It just like, I don't know. It's like it's something to think about still, but like if there weren't divides, it would be a lot more, I guess, like pressurizing. So I'm gonna reset this, grab a bit of the escalate. That's cool. I really like that. Hoping this guy gets some revives here. Doesn't just kill himself. And he killed himself. Cool. But yeah, I really like the reset after the escalate. That's something that I don't think is in any other map, and it's really cool. I don't think there's even like a switch or anything after an escalate in other maps, because escalate's normally in the lockdown and stun kind of pool. It's not really in the steel switch pool. So yeah, it's cool. Obviously, as you can see, I won 3-0 because I'm clearly the best player on this map already. But yeah, no, I really like it. Is there anything I would change? I don't know. I I don't think so. I think it's really good. I would... No, I really don't know. I mean, maybe like... Because there's 2 sets of these horizontal ones, right? That are spinning around at the moment. They're all yellow at the moment, but like... there's 2 sets of them. I would maybe have made like 1 set of them like diagonal or like vertical, but I don't know if that would actually change anything. I think it's only for like visually just mixing up a bit. But honestly, like they kind of do their job. They get you moving. They like make it a bit harder. It's not just a case of like wrapping to like avoid the big lasers, the big diagonals. This speed up. No, okay, no one even got it. See, like there, like I was about to just run through a gap, but actually these ones just make it a little bit harder, so you can't just, you know, it's not just easy escaping stuff. You have to think about where you're moving and stuff. So I do really like that. Let's just pick up this switch. I guess you probably want to wait on this switch until like people pick up nodes in the middle. So that's also very cleverly done by JMauler. That's like a proper map maker move, that is. I don't wanna... Let's get that. Bruh. Come on. Get a revive. I want to keep playing. Nice, he's doing it. Nice. Cool. So yeah, the yeah, like the switch being timed just before a bunch of new lasers spawn is really good, and it's like a part of a lot of good maps. It just makes you think about like what you're doing a little bit more, and it adds an extra element of, well, okay, don't pick up the switch yet, or if someone's waiting on the switch, it means, well, don't just pick up the node straight away as well. So it adds an element of like it's something to think about as you play, I guess. So that's really cool. I guess realistically, you just probably need like 6 real players to like get really deep into this map and see like really far into the end game. But I mean, it seems very good. It does have the freedom for snipe. I can't see a problem. Like, I can't see why it wouldn't have freedom for like smash and stuff. Shock, I think, would definitely be good on this map with all the moving lasers. Like, Shock becomes more of an offensive threat as well as just being defensive. But even like with the power-ups, like there are good power-ups, so like a Shock, regardless, will just help with those. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, no complaints from me. Like, it's pretty cool. And I'm very impressed. The speed up, I mean, speed up storage is a bit pointless, but like those scissoring ones actually do move quite quick, so that's a little bit lethal. If someone picks up the speed up, like look at these flying. So I mean, even that like is cool. Like there's a reason for the speed up. It's not just like a speed up that's a bit pointless. It's like the switch there. I picked it up early. I could have waited until like tried to bait the yellow team into picking up those 2 big ones and then switch, but yeah, so it definitely adds a cooler element. I don't think the AI are ever going to pick up this escalate. I wonder if there's a switch now or a reset. There is a reset. I'm going to pick that up. Nice. So yeah, I like that still, because it's not going to be all about just the escalate and getting the escalate. Like obviously it's very useful, but then once a reset comes, it's only useful for a couple of seconds until that reset comes up. So even if you get the escalate and then the other team just pick up that reset, like you could do all of that work, it's not actually that rewarding. So yeah, I still got it, as you can see, like clean double snipe. So yeah, I like the drain and the charge at the start. It gives like, I don't know, it's like something to battle over early, aside from just the small lasers, which aren't really going to kill you. So it keeps the start of the map quite fun. I always like a charge early in the map, especially if I'm like playing Smash. I do the classic like smash into the charge, smash again immediately after. I always think I look very cool doing that, so I like that that's in it. That reset is very cool. Like I like that it also has the chance to spawn in the middle here, because it's like if you're trapped in this box in the middle, like it's just like a way to get out. Obviously you're not going to die to the lasers necessarily, but it's like it's a nice way to you know, you can get lucky if you just sat in the middle there. You just sit there and pray. So that also adds an element of excitement. Let's see if we can get quite far into the map here. So there's a switch. I'm going to pick that up. I'm just going to throw for a bit, so hopefully the yellow team survive. Clearly the AI is struggling with these diagonals, which is fine, I guess. This escalate, we did get it. No, this might be the end of the point. Oh, go on, yellow. I'll get this reset. Nice. So yeah, the late game, like, it's nice. These big ones make a lot of difference. I don't know if these long horizontal, or not long, I don't know if these horizontal ones will get bigger and kind of add more pressure, because right now they're still the same size as at the start. That's the only thing I think I would push more for late game. But obviously right now, like, some of the diagonal ones are still not even long, so that could still happen. So yeah, so right now we got the long diagonals, which become very lethal. They just like catch you out on the walls and stuff even. Like there, I almost got caught out with that one. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. You have to constantly move. Like you can't. There's no one thing to just focus on and like camp or guard by. You got to constantly be moving on here, which is really cool. You can get your snipes off, like as long as you time it right. But obviously there's a lot of pressure on the walls, so it's not like, you know, a snipe can just sit in the corners and camp all game and, you know, you're going to struggle to do that basically. It's not like it should be easy to do that. So right now, this shouldn't crush me, nice. The reset spawns on the outside, but obviously you can just escape the escalate, but it's cool that it's there. Nice. Yeah, I'm liking it. Like, it is a challenge just to stay alive. You know, there's definitely possibilities for like cool like clutches and plays where you're like, I think we're just in a loop now. Now that we've got the switch. So what comes after the switch? Let's try and work out if we're in a loop, because I think we're now in the end game, which means these long ones don't get longer. But honestly, like I said, they could get longer, but I don't know if I'd actually make them get longer because it would restrict the movement a lot more. So I guess maybe it's kind of good that they don't get longer, because that'd be a lot of pressure, and like maps where like there's still a decent amount of survivability, even like late game where there's loops, those are the best maps, because like this map could you know, you could have crazy long points, like really competitive points that aren't just decided by who has the like 3 biggest lasers, you know. There's actually like a, how do I say it, like there's like an infinite amount of time you can survive on this map, basically, which is really, really cool. And those are the maps that make like the best gameplay. Like maps like Waka, where like Waka you can have crazy long points. 9 Club you can have crazy long points because there's survivability. Like none of the nodes are just gonna kill you. Warzone has crazy survivability because there's always a way out of everything. And like there's always breaks and like resets and stuff. So the points can just go on and on and on and on, and you actually need like a good offensive play or good team play to beat another team. You can't just rely on having a really good thief and keeping the thief alive, for example. So yeah, like absolutely, you know, this map really, like we were kind of joking about it on the stream, saying like how many maps is this map already better than, but like to be honest, like I think I ranked it like the top probably 50% of all the maps, all the playable maps, and to be honest, it's probably even a little bit higher than the top 50%. In terms of just like competitiveness, like how fun it is. Like it is a good map. It's really well designed with like the survivability and everything, so it's awesome. And I think JMauler's already, well, he's already learning like how to like make the like lasers spin and like rotate, so he can make like maps like Spiral and stuff, which is amazing. I'm sure he'll be streaming today. But yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Like the amount of like opportunities and different things you can do with this is crazy. Like there's so many like new ideas that can now be put in. Like the devs, when they added the map Fish, like I thought that was really cool. And like you can make loads of maps. You can make like house, where there's just like a bloody house. You just make like 3 walls that like the floor along the bottom, and then like 2 walls like here and here, and then just put like a roof on it. There you go. You got a map called House. Like you can make like crazy patterns. Like the devs included like one of the like company logos, I think, in one of the maps, where like at one point all the lasers like rotate and form to make like a logo in the middle. I can't remember what map it is, but someone found it ages ago, I remember. And you can make like loads of maps that just like look really cool. Like it's not necessarily about the competitive play of them, but it's about how they look and like how they play for like a thief. Like not every map has to be open-ended and great for survivability and great for competitive play. You can just have maps that are cool or that are fun to play, like Ghost on. We just run around picking up a bunch of lasers in like a pretty pattern. And then obviously the training maps. Like you can make some really cool training maps where you have like tiny little gaps to fit through, or tiny little gaps to snipe through, or like you can literally make a whole maze. So if you see like the dots, like the corridor between these dots, you could literally make a labyrinth where like up every line of these dots are just like different lasers, and you spawn in with like for now, like you can't like make the lasers activate for a certain team, but you could spawn in against like 4 AI ghosts, right? And then they go around, pick up all the maps, and then you gotta like navigate this maze like as quickly as possible, like boom, bam, 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 bam. And like I don't know, there's never been a way to like train specific skills in Laser League before, aside from just loading up into a game and just like doing them, just playing the class you want to play and just doing them, or like making yourself wall wrap. But like you can literally make maps designed for wall wrapping where there's like tiny little gaps, or like there's lasers moving on each side of the wall that like you have to time. Maybe like they like these lasers, right? They have divides in the middle, and they're like you just have lasers like that just bouncing to and from the walls. So you have to time like when you wrap, all of this stuff, so it just becomes second nature. So like new players are like, okay, well I know I need to get better at wall wrapping, but like the only way I can do it is by loading into a game of like Turbine in like online, and then just getting like destroyed by a bunch of like active players. Like you just download a workshop map, the same as any other game. If you play like CSGO or like Rocket League and you want to improve a skill, you just download a workshop map designed for that skill and you just practice. And now Laser League has that like function, and Laser League themselves don't have to make any of the maps, it's just the community. So it's really amazing, and it's really exciting. And honestly, like for me, I think I'm more excited about that aspect because like we can make, like obviously this map proves that like we can make very good maps. This is the first map JMauler's ever made, and it's already like like a fun competitive map. So like obviously we can get a lot out of this in terms of competitive play and like better maps to play in tournaments and stuff like that. But like there are already good maps, but there are not any good training maps. There are not any like good challenge maps. There's like Laser League is literally like you load up and you play one of the dev maps. Like you can't like train or any of that. So the fact that now you can do all of that, that's kind of what I'm most excited for. So it's definitely a really cool addition. In terms of stuff I want to do, I definitely want to make some maps. Like I said, I did make one with just a couple of like moving lasers and stuff. Nowhere near like the level of this, because I still haven't. I couldn't even work out like how to do anything for the first couple of hours, so it took me ages to do anything. But I definitely want to make. Well, I definitely at least have ideas for training maps. I don't know if I'll be the best one to make them. I'm sure there's. Well, I know there are people in the community that already know exactly what they're doing with this and can make them no problem. So like, it's probably not very time efficient for me to actually build all the training maps. But like, I'm excited to like just do stuff like that, and I'll be. Learning how to make maps more and more, because I want to make a competitive map that's cool. I want to do this. I want to make a map that's as good as this. So eventually I'll get there. But yeah, I mean, for right now, like this is really cool. Like I said, this is literally the first map JMauler made, and like he learned how to do everything. Obviously changed a lot, but like yeah, I mean it's just awesome. Like there's clearly so much potential for like players that know what's good and bad about maps to like make better maps. And like JMauler said, he wants to go through like the active map pool, so like all of the maps that are already in Laser League, he wants to like remake all the bad ones and just get rid of all the bad bits basically. Which I think is also amazing. Like I think the first one he said he was going to do is like remake Turbine, because Turbine is like widely considered the worst map. It's just terrible. But like there's a way where Turbine could be a good map, and I'm sure JMauler can work out what it needs and like how to get it there. So, you know, maybe Turbine will be a playable map one day in the not so distant future, which is a very exciting concept. And, you know, the same with all the other bad maps, or just maps that need a bit of tweaking. Obviously, you have to kind of rebuild the whole thing, because as of right now, you can't just edit an existing map, I don't think. But, yeah, I mean, we could have actual, like, good, proper maps. So I think I'm going to end the video there. 20 minutes. Cool. Did a bunch of talking. Yeah, I guess subscribe, like, comment if there's any ideas you want to see from, like, custom maps or anything. But, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Shout out JMauler. Go check out his Twitch and stuff. Like, yeah. Join the Lazy League Discord. If you play Lazy League, or, like, you're watching this video and you're not in the Lazy League Discord, join the Lazy League Discord. I think it's just discord.gg/Lazy League. But if you're, like, struggling to find players and stuff, join the Lazy League Discord. We are playing every day. And, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.